Hello. I wanted to talk about relationships. I am a recovering alcoholic, 14 years of sobriety, and found that I recovered me, that I found me again.
Before you go further, let's play with this a little bit.
Okay.
So, the enlightened one that we were talking about earlier, you could say, I'm a recovering inner being.
Yes.
Or I'm a recovered inner being.
Yes.
Or I reclaimed my inner being.
Yes.
Or I remembered who I am.
Yes.
Or I was always that. In other words, we're just trying to softly build a path so that you can be there, and so that every time you recognize that you are there, that we don't have to go back and recover it all over again every time.
Yes. And it's been a wonderful journey. And in this whole process, in this journey, I have not been in a relationship with a mate, a partner. And recently, within the past few months or so, and I'm listening to your tapes, I've been listening to them just about a year, and thinking, this is great. I get to want what I want and say what I want about it. So, but I can leave the details to the universe. So I started formulating that I would love to be in a relationship. And here are the things that I think. Universe, are you listening?
Always.
That I wanted to be in a relationship where there was a real attraction, that there was some real chemistry. I've met some really wonderful people, but that element has been missing.
So you want to be thirsty.
Yes. Yeah.
And you want the other to be thirsty.
Yes.
And you want to come together and satisfy each other's thirst.
Yes.
Yes.
And then because of...
Since birds of a feather flock together, and the law of attraction says that which is likened to itself is drawn. So if you're thirsty, you're likely to attract another who is thirsty. Would you agree?
Yes.
So if you're savoring your thirst, then you will attract them. In other words, the dynamics that happen sometimes is that I want to have a relationship, and I want us to be really attracted to each other, and I want the other to want to be with me as much as I want to be with the other, but it is painful right now to want something that I don't have, so I'll try to talk it down. I won't let myself really get thirsty. And you see how that sort of works against you. So it isn't until you finally say, I'm thirsty, I want this, I'm letting myself want this, that law of attraction can match you up with someone who is also wanting it.
Well,
yes.
That was one of my wants. I also wanted to be with someone who would respect my path or be open to Abraham.
You're just trying to control too many things. In other words, just say to the universe, I'm thirsty.
Okay.
I'm thirsty, and you know exactly what would quench my thirst. You know, don't try to put too many details about what you want in for this reason. Where you stand right now, if you will let your desire just be this fresh, thirsty thing, and you will be in this general place of expecting the universe to deliver to you what you are wanting, you will activate less things that are resistance within you. Let's just talk about this in light general terms. If you were going to spend an afternoon with someone and you wanted it to be a lovely afternoon, what would that relationship be like?
It would be like enjoying time together, no matter what it was that we were doing, participating in conversation, laughing, seeing the beauty in the world around us, relishing the time being together, finding total pleasure in each other's company.
Well, wait just a moment, because you superimposed your larger desire over this little mini desire that we are encouraging. In other words, we're just talking about a pleasurable afternoon with someone. We're not talking about a life partner or someone who will fulfill all of your desires. We're just wanting you to sort of lightly approach the idea of pleasant time together with someone. Just someone nice to be with, someone who feels good about life, someone who doesn't make a big thing out of me, someone who's nice to be with. So someone who's nice to be with would be connected to source. They would be complimentary in nature. They would smile easily. They would offer easy conversation. Yes. They would behold good things in me. They would have a lot of self-respect. They would be in the tuned in, tapped in, turned on attitude. They would be quick on their feet and quick of mind, just nice to be with. And we would suggest to you that if you just think in terms of something that is light and easy like that, rather than looking for a life partner. Every now and again, Jerry and Esther will meet someone. They stopped and got water in a quick stop last night. And the man who took their money and put their bottles in a bag was just like fresh air. He smiled easily. He didn't say anything particularly profound. He just was very pleasant and obviously feeling good. And Jerry said to him, "Are you always in this good of a mood?" And before he could answer, Esther said, "Yes, he is. He does it on purpose." And he said, "I do. Yes. I do it on purpose." And as they walked away, they felt uplifted for having encountered him. And what we are saying to you is, an experience like that, if you were to think about it often, would be a better experience to bring you your life partner than if you were to focus upon receiving a life partner. Mm-hmm. Because there's no baggage attached to this positive noticing of this uplifting person who smiled easily and was happy in life. Yes. You get a sense of what we were talking about? Sometimes the more deliberate you try to be about identifying what you want, the more you activate your justification for wanting it.
Yes.
Where if you just focus upon what you want and why you want it in a lighter way, then it's easier for it to come to you. You began here, and do not misunderstand, we think you are doing very well, but you are fine-tuning with us here. Yes. And the first thing you said to us, or nearly so, is, "I am a recovering alcoholic," which was not to say who I am. It was more about who I have been in relationship with who I am. And so you're helping us to make a very important point, not just with you, but with everyone, is that the hardest thing for people to get to where they're wanting to go is that they keep saying, "I'm wanting to go over there from over here." And we say, "Well, tell us about over there." And they say, "Well, over there is really good, but first let me tell you about over here." In other words, before you could even tell us who you are, you wanted to tell us who you were. And it's sort of the same sort of thing. And we would like all of you to sort of get over that by hearing us when we say, "You're right here asking, and the universe is right here answering," and you don't have to go back and relive any of that stuff. And the less detailed you are in the reliving of it, the purer you are now, and the faster you get to where you're wanting to go without having to make your way through where you've already been on your way to where you're wanting to go.
Yeah, I don't want to go back there.
And so the way you do that is by not bringing that up so often and by not thinking about it. Instead of saying, "I am a recovering alcoholic," which we know they've trained you to say because they want to keep it fresh in your mind so that you never let go of the pain that you lived, because if the pain is really strong, then you might use that as your motive to keep yourself from going there. And we say, "Oh, what a hard way of going about it." Instead of saying, "I am a recovering alcoholic," we would like to hear you say, "I'm a really happy person." Instead of saying, "I'm a recovering alcoholic," we would like to hear you say, "I'm on top of my life." You see the difference in what...
and I am.
Instead of saying, "I'm wanting to attract a partner to help me feel more whole and more fulfilled and less lonely," which is sort of what we translated from your vibration, we want to hear you say verbally and vibrationally, "I'm such a joyful person, and I'm now eager to hook up with another joyful person so that we can romp in amplified joy together."
That's what I want.
That's really the best stance, rather than, "I don't feel quite complete." Because when you don't feel quite complete, guess who the universe matches you up with? Somebody else who doesn't feel quite complete. And guess what you have together? An amplified experience of not quite complete, you see.
Right.
You're really on the right track, idea-wise, when you say, I'm really happy with who I am, and I don't want to go back to where I've been, and that's all right to say that. Just don't let it be such a pervasive part of your vibration.
Okay.
You've done really well, and your desire has brought you here, and you're in a very good place. And there are so many who would adore what you are and who would match up with you in a divine way. And there is so much delicious stuff that is ahead of you. But if you will make it as soft as just spending an afternoon together instead of making it my life partner, can you feel how much different it is to say, I'd like to buy some water from you in the quick stop, than to say, I'm considering you for my life partner. Yes. And really what you're looking for is just a happy moment, a happy moment, a happy moment. A happy life is just a string of happy moments. But most people don't allow the happy moment because they're so busy trying to get a happy life, you see. Yes. We think you've heard us clearly.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Okay. You talked about the intelligence of cells, and my understanding that all the cells in our body has intelligence. And I'm working at trying to understand crystal energy in the body. But at the same time, I really don't know what that is. It's just a feeling. But I know it works with the cells in our body as far as information. And I want to use that as far as healing for myself and for healing for others. Could you give me any information on that, or is it just something that's a fantasy of mine?
Well, we would not call it a fantasy or something that you are making up. We would say that you are trying to find some effective terminology to explain some of the things that you are sensing. And there are a lot of different ways that you could begin talking about the energy of the body, and almost any way you explain it, almost nobody else that you explain it to will really understand it or feel it in the same way, because there are so many different ways of approaching it. We are really advocates of just getting as happy as you can be, which takes care of everything. Even if you don't have reason to be happy, make it up. Even if there is nothing in your reality that really makes you happy, fantasize it, make it up. Make a decision that you're going to be happy one way or another. No matter what. No matter what, I'm going to be happy. If I have to ignore everybody in my life, I'm going to be happy. If I have to never watch television again, I'm going to be happy. If I have to never pick up a newspaper again, I'm going to be happy. If I never have to see that person's face again, I'm going to be happy. If I have to see that person's face and I have no choice about it, I'm going to find something to see in that person's face that makes me happy. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be happy. There are no other alternatives for me. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to skip. I'm going to be glad. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to smile a lot. I'm going to be easy. I'm going to count my blessings. I'm going to look for reasons to feel good. I'm going to dig up positive things from the past. I'm going to look for positive things where I stand. I'm going to look for positive things in the future. I'm going to be happy. I am a happy person. It is my natural state to be a happy person. It's natural for me to love and to laugh. This is what is most natural for me. I am a happy person. And as you begin to say that until you really believe it, then others will say, not only is that as a happy person, that is a successful person. That is a productive person. That is a clear-minded person. That is a very healthy person. That is a magnificently successful person. That person has the most of everything that I've ever seen. That person lives well. That person loves well. That's a balanced person. Being happy is the cornerstone of all that you are. Nothing is more important than that you feel good. And you have absolute and utter control about that, because you can choose the thought that makes you worry about your dog or the thought that makes you happy about your dog. The things that thrill you about your children or the things that worry you about your children. The memories of your ex-husband that make you breathe fire. The memories of your ex-husband that make you feel tender. In other words, you have the choice in every moment. Yes. We have enjoyed this interaction immensely. It is lovely to come together with those like you who have made a strong and determined decision to be happy. Come to our party. We're always happy. There is great love here for you. We are complete.